In March of 2006, a young Marine by the name of Adam Conboy was deployed to Iraq. He was part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. 2 months after his deployment, Lance Corporal Conboy was killed. Today, he's being remembered through a very special foundation, and we are pleased to welcome his mother, Mary Conboy, as part of our Salute to Our Soldiers series. She joins us this morning to talk about her son, his life, and his legacy. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for being here. First and foremost, I am so sorry for your loss. Your son, because we have talked a lot about him in the past weeks, wanted to become a Marine after 9/11, right?
Yes, he
did.
What
happened?
9/11 happened, and he came to me. He was 17 at the time, and he said, it's my responsibility, it's our generation, to step up to the plate. I want to join the Marines. I said, you know, I'm proud of you. However, I want you to finish high school, and if it's something that truly is, you know, for you, it'll stay with you. And at age 20, he joined, and that was that.
And he went to boot camp, right?
Yes, he did.
He did very well. Tell me about that.
He actually graduated like second in his class, so that was fabulous. It was definitely something that he was very proud of.
Now, when he called you and he said, Mom, I'm going to Iraq.
Yes.
What went through your mind?
I was split in the middle. I was very proud and very scared.
8 weeks after he left, he was killed. What happened?
I got a phone call from my mother-in-law was staying at the house saying that there was a Marine at the door. So instantly I knew something tragic had happened.
When you got to your door, the Marine was waiting for you?
He was waiting for me, yes.
You knew?
I knew, and I saw him get up from the couch, and it was like slow motion. He started walking towards me, and his mouth was moving, and you know, I started hearing the words that thousands of women have heard.
What are those words?
On behalf of the President of the United States and a grateful nation, we regret to inform you that your son has been killed.
It must have been so difficult.
Well, there aren't words to describe some things. He did what he knew he had to do. He did what he thought he should do, and I'm very proud of him.
I'm sure you were. Your son also called you days before he died.
Yes.
Which made him even more special.
Yes.
Because he was concerned about his fellow soldiers. Tell us the conversation you had.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a Sunday morning. I was leaving for church, and he called and he said, you know, he asked how all of his siblings were, each one by one, which was a little odd. And then he said, you know, Mom, things are okay here. We have mattresses, but we don't have sheets. So I was wondering if you could send sheets and pillows. It's 130 degrees in the shade. And he said, we don't get running water, so showers are impossible. So he said, but whatever you do, whatever you send me, can you send me the amount of 40? Of course, he laughed at my response because I was like, where am I going to get 40 pillows at? And he said, get Operation Bedding going, Mom.
Operation Bedding. Days later, he was killed.
That Friday, he was killed.
And yet, you continued his wish.
Well, initially, what I thought was, in lieu of flowers for his funeral, we would ask for donations and fulfill his last request and send the donation to his friends. The response from the military was so overwhelming that I knew this effort must continue.
And it did. You got the whole community together?
The community was the biggest supporter. They were so grateful to finally have somewhere to give. People want to support the soldiers and Marines. A lot of people just don't know how to do it. So here was a local boy, and they were willing to help us out in any way. We had local fundraisers. They donated money to pay for the postage, and, you know, 10,000 packages later, we're still going.
10,000 packages.
At least.
You have video of your first shipment sent to Iraq, and the reaction from the soldiers was unbelievable.
Yes.
I'd like to show our viewers, if you don't mind. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. This is Lieutenant McCarthy. I'm located here in Mosul, Iraq, at Pharmaceuticals. Standing here with all the boxes that you, LaSalle community, sent. It's the middle of the night right now. During the day, it gets up to 120, while at night, it's around 105, 110, so it's a little bit more bearable. Right now, I'm getting all the boxes prepped, getting them ready to hand out to all the troops tomorrow. So on behalf of the 103rd Vipers, First to Strike, I thank you for all your support and prayers.
Oh, Mrs. Conboy, what a feeling. When you saw that, what did you feel?
Adam smiling down, same way to go. And just the gratitude in each one of their thank yous. You know, what they deal with day to day, I forget, even though I'm doing this work. You know, the sacrifices that they make on a daily basis, you know, willing not to come home alive, is just, you know, there are not many professions that's a prerequisite. So anything I can do to support them.
You brought Adam's uniform. Can you show it to me?
Sure.
I'd like to see it.
This is actually the fatigues he wore when he was over there. As you can see, he was quite a big boy. But this probably was his biggest accomplishment in life. He was most proud. He was just a man of integrity and honor after he got out of boot camp. I can't thank the Marines enough.
For those of us who don't know your son, tell me about him.
Adam was the oldest of 7. He was the protector. He always was hounding one of his sisters if he thought their shorts were too tight. He would chase them back upstairs to change. And he also was very protective of me. And he was just a jokester. He just, briefly, I heard a story not too long ago from one of his friends. He was a driver in Iraq, and when they first got there, they drive at night. They don't use headlights, and they can't see their hands in front of their faces except for the driver, who has night goggles. And one of the kids said they were so concerned and frightened in the back. He said, you don't want to say Marines are frightened, but we were scared. And he said Adam breaks into a song about the freaks come out at night. He had them all laughing, you know, even in the height of the seriousness of their situation. And that's just what he did. He just, you know, he just always wanted to make somebody laugh.
Do you remember him every time you get a box to send to Iraq? And
I remember him as soon as I open my eyes in the morning. It's the last thing I think of when I close my eyes at night. He's with me all the time.
What have you learned from this, Mrs. Conboy?
I learned that, you know, we all have a path in life, and it might not be what we want, but God has a plan for each one of us, you know, and how proud of me to be able to say at 21, my son's purpose in life was done. So many of us live quite long to get to that point, but.
How can we help?
We are struggling with postage. We have so much surplus now because everyone's been so generous. But we send everything goes in 40s. We send sweat socks and shaving cream and razors, things that they can't get at a PX because they're sleeping under the stars. Of course, they get a pillow and they get sheets. Our biggest problem is postage. It costs us, because we send, again, everything goes out in the amount of 40. That we have never wavered on. It costs, depending on the APO, and I'm not sure how that's determined, it's $800 to $1,300 for one shipment. I have requests from all over the United States, from parents, from spouses. Can you help my husband? Can you help my son? Can you send them something? So we try to send everybody something, but, you know, we just don't have the financial, you know, whereabouts to do it. So we just continue to do local fundraisers. We come on shows that we're so grateful to be here. And, you know, even if just, you know, $1, you know, everybody chips in just a little bit, we pull it together and it happens.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have met you and for what you do.
Thank you.
God bless you. And if you want more information or would like to donate postage, like Mary said, go to operationbedding.org. Again, that's operationbedding.org.